This is Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. We're here on Xbox Series S. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is a gorgeous, just really lovely and genuinely enchanting game that originally released for the PlayStation 5 early on in the console generation. I kind of figured that it just wasn't ever going to be coming to any other platforms like Xbox, but a couple years down the road, here we are, and the game is finally available. It was quite a visually and aesthetically appealing game that had released, like I said, pretty early on, and it was like, oh wow, look at, how good, I guess you would say, indie-like efforts can look on the modern hardware. And yeah, it was quite visually stunning. There were some technical issues, but it was a beautiful, beautiful game, and that is carried forward here on the, well, I guess you would say Series S side of things, and also the Series X. But unlike the Series X, we actually have a few less options in terms of the visual style here. So yeah, they've kind of, like, again, it's a very, very good looking game. I think this looks fantastic on the Series S, but we've only been given a single visual mode option for this version of the game, which to some will probably be a bit disappointing, and myself also kind of like, oh, okay, I was maybe hoping that there would be a bit more there, but with the Series S, you kind of get what you get. So it's a dynamic 4K at 30 FPS. Now, that being said, this is one of the clearer resolution games I've seen on the Series S platform. Like, this game, it doesn't really seem like they've toned things back too much. Like, it does look really, really quite beautiful. I mean, I think you're seeing it quite well, hopefully, on your screen and everything like that. But, yeah, this is a very, very pretty game. I think it looks absolutely fantastic if you've not seen this before. But if you are on the Series X version, and I do a video for that up on the channel already, that one does have the fluidity option. It would have been really nice to have both of them on the Series S, but again, more of an indie type effort, and Series S development, as per usual, gets a smaller selection of options, right? But yeah, outside of the frame rate, which it's a little tougher here. Oh, we got a little hat for them. That's adorable. So for like this game, for me, a lot of it is sort of like the beauty of it. At the same time, it is kind of a action fighting. It dips into the Souls-like territory. Now, there are difficulty options so that it makes it a little easier, which is nice. But like it very much is a Souls-like kind of game in terms of combat. Sometimes it could be a little brutal and difficult, but like I said, we can tone that down quite a bit as well. But yeah, and having that fluidity just sort of helps a lot. But at the same time, basically on the flip side, it's a beautiful game, and it should probably be enjoyed in the best visual fidelity you can enjoy it. And, like, it really doesn't seem toned down for the Series S in terms of, like, the visuals. And I think that in itself is kind of awesome. Oh, we got a little pot for the little things. So, yeah, and I think this looks just gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, obviously the fluidity would have been nice, and it's kind of a bit of a step down from playing the Series X version of this game. But, like, I think this looks really, really good. And I can't quite tell if there's some little performance drops in this one. It does seem like a little chuggy in some spots, but it could also just be the fact that it is a lower, I guess you would say frame rate, right? But yeah, just this really lovely tale of this lady, Kenna, a young spirit guide in search of a sacred mountain shrine. You are helping to free spirits trapped in a forgotten village with the help of the Rot, which are these adorable and powerful little critters, sort of like Pikmin to a degree, but not as like requiring you to guide them. They're sort of there to help you. And you can customize them and personalize them. It becomes a lot more open world too as you play it. as the experience kind of builds out, you're able to go into more and more like freedom kind of spots or areas of freedom. But it does have a linear type vibe, so you know where you're going. But then it sort of, as you build and get used to the world, it kind of branches a little bit, and you're able to have a little bit more freedom as you open up the new areas and explore new places. And then you've got different skills, different abilities. And it's really lovely. I love the cinematics too. I think they look incredible.
On my way, I met two children. They asked me to help free a boy named Taro.
Interesting.
I'm surprised that Benny and Saya found you.
More like I found them.
Children, and would do anything for their brother.
How emotionally charming. But no, this game is just absolutely lovely. We've also got, I guess, New Game Plus, photo mode, which is kind of cool, lots of outfit stuff. It's just a really, really lovely game. It's very much worth diving into. We're just going to go ahead and skip this so we can get back into the action a little bit.
Look after Benny and
Yeah, okay, thanks. Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. Wear the spirit mask. Yeah, it's kind of creepy looking. Kind of creepy looking. But I just loved this game's, like, sense of, like, detail, if that makes sense. Like, just the amount of depth within the world. In terms of, like, all the, like, fauna and the flora and everything like that looked really great at the time. I'm still impressed by this game. I think it still looks fantastic. It is kind of funny, though, because it's literally been, like, years. The big issue I had on this one was when I played it on the PS5, there was, like, a game-breaking bug literally an hour into it, and I had to restart, and it was, like, it was such a bummer. They've cleaned all that stuff up over time, and they fixed the little things here and there, but yeah, I just remember being so disappointed because I was, like, delightfully enchanted by, this game and everything, and yeah, it's just kind of, like, really fun and lovely, and you build up your little rot critters, and they do stuff for you, and the more you have, the more you're able to essentially clean up the area in the city and stuff like that. But yeah, it is charming to be back here. Like, I don't know how to describe it, because it's, like, to a degree, it's got a realistic type of vibe and environment, but yet, it's truly I guess you would say, like, a cartoon, like, it's a very animated aesthetic to the game, right? Like, the visual style and the art direction. So it's sort of this meld of a very detailed, semi-pushing to realistic world, mixed with, like, this vibrant cartoon style. And it works so well for it, like, and the sense of scale here is just wondrous. I can't believe they didn't have to cut more corners on the Series S version. I know, like, having the frame rate is like a big, like, ugh. But it is kind of, they're all just sitting here around the food place, are they? Huh. It is still amazing that, like, the full sort of geometry and sense of scale is detailed here. I wasn't sure if that was going to be something that was impacted. Nobody cared who I was until I threw on the mask. But yeah, no, it seems like the whole thing is just fully available and ready for us to enjoy, which is awesome. And this is really quite the opening. Like, this is a little bit past what I would call the tutorial type area. And where you get to the main hub, like, this village is basically your main hub area. And it introduces you to the concepts of, like, cleansing these spaces and making them available for, people and stuff like that. And that's really, really quite interesting. These masks, guides to other worlds they are. And then you're kind of freeing areas, like we could open up this spot and we could grab some chests and stuff. I'm just trying to think if we need to, well, I don't think we specifically need to go that way. And then yeah, you kind of build up your character a bit, and I really like this one. Like I said, I think it was just lovely, but like, Yeah, just this little technical problems were such a bummer. I don't know if you've ever had that where you play a game and you're really vibing with it and it's super cool to you. And then like you just get to this problem and it just totally kills the vibe and you know, kind of forget about it, if that makes sense. But yeah, see how they're like little Pikmin-like creatures? Come on, get it over there. Thanks, Critters. So you use them to solve puzzles and stuff. This is just like kind of like a little, you know, side thing. Like I don't have to do this. I found Spirit Mail. It's just such a lovely game.
Can you move that for me?
Rot, rip this door. They're actually pretty tough. They must lift well above their you know, their weight and everything like that. Ooh. Spirit mail delivered and combat a go. But this is a lot of the combat, is kind of doing your attacking, you know, blocking and parrying at the right times. With it's not as fully Souls-like, and again, different difficulty options make it easier or harder, but like it is a lot of timing and hitting the right stuff, and you know, sort of being prepared for combat. Alright, Rot, take it out. But I also really do love, and I don't think we've seen really the full effect of it in this particular video thus far, is like when you cleanse the areas, there is quite a transformation of those spaces, where basically you get to see them transform from this like rotting, desolate, kind of ugly thing, sort of like the gunk if you played that one. And you get to see it transform from that into something that's like very green, very lively, and that's kind of nice to see. Yeah, this kind of like visual transformation of the world. It's kind of charming. It's just neat to see the aesthetic adjustment, right? Gotta find the rot, and everything's so like animated too with the character and that. And I love to see all the little rots like just filling your screen and taking up like all these different spaces. It's awesome. This whole thing is really quite lovely. Yellow hat. Oh, they could have little hats, these guys. That's cute. Yeah, I forgot. We're actually on like a mission, aren't we? See, you can easily get sidetracked by all of the stuff going on. It's just, there really is quite a lot to do in this game. And you're not really pushed to do things right away, but, you know, there's always a sense of urgency if you want it in this game. But I'm really just kind of taking it and really enjoying the wonder of being here and, you know, doing the video type work on this one. Okay, here we go. See, doesn't that just, like, there's something about the aesthetic of it I just genuinely love. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, like, I mentioned the gunk, but I just had it on the tip of my tongue what I was thinking of too, where it's sort of like this rotting world that you're kind of like cleaning up. You know, Ori. There's a little Ori vibes, eh? And your little rot, they get scared. Adorable little critters. They get scared of the battles, so they kind of like sit back a lot of the time. I think you're supposed to use them to like knock out the shield kind of thing there, like it just highlighted, but you know, it'll just jump around them not too badly either. Between the eyes. I guess you could just shoot it in the eyes, couldn't you? Although I think you can also get them to get you like health things. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I think there was like, you use the rot too to help you out in battle sequences to some degree. Kind of interesting. I don't know, I like the combat to a degree in this one. I just remember some of it being a little scaled and difficult later on. But, kind of delightfully charming, and like the music and the aesthetic and like everything just comes together for such a lovely time. This is really, really just a beautifully vibrant, cute game. What else do we need to cleanse? Nice. Alright, let's fix this bubble. Well, pop this bubble, I guess you would say? I don't know, fixing the bubble's the correct thing. Aww. Look at this, the green comes back and everything's so happy.
Look, Hannah, I know what that is. It's a forest here. Whoa, look what happened to the rod. He's so cute. Look at him go. Does he know any tricks, Kana?
See, isn't that just majestic?
Over here, Kana. There's something in the ground. I bet a forest deer can grow here. There must be something nearby.
Sorry, I just find this game so lovely.
Right over there. Hey, the little rock guys did it. They made another one.
The FSR. The more we clean, the more aesthetically pleasing this forest becomes for tourists. I'm really a resort manager, just trying to make the area available for customers so I can make more coin. Can I bridge your spirits? More like, can I here to make some money with thy tycoon management? Oh, there's like a thing over here. Jeez, that was a lot of vibration. A Jizzo Shrine. Okay, we got a little bit more water to use here. See, what a lovely game. This was a really good pickup by PlayStation when the gen started. Like a really, really good selection. Oh, and there's a little bit of like platforming and stuff too, but it's not too bad. When you kind of get to this area, things do start opening up a lot more as well. It's a big, beautiful, vibrant world of Kenna. Uh-oh. I'm really feeling the damage here. We're cleaning this world with water? And sometimes that's all it takes. Anyways, the game overall is just really quite lovely and charming and gorgeous, and it's probably well worth your time to jump in here and play it and see what it has to offer. I think it's quite wonderful. It's filled to the brim with like just these really lovely little moments and cool combat and a vibrant, beautiful world. And I hope that maybe someday we see a Series S version. of the game also, but, you know, at the same time, I totally get why we got what we got. And, it's still a pretty great experience.